What's up, everybody? This is Talkin All That Kazz, and I am DJ Kazzeo. I want to thank you for checking out this particular episode of Talkin All That Kazz. On this particular episode, I got another great interview that I conducted here on my radio show at 90.9 FM, KHTC in Salinas, California. But before we get going with that, I want you to go to this address, djkazzeo.com, and connect with me on social media. Whether it's on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, or even if you go and subscribe to my Mixcloud channel, you can hear all my radio shows that I do in their entirety, music, commentary, and interviews. But this right here, Talkin All That Kazz, this is for just the interviews, okay? I want to thank everybody who checked out the first round of interviews that I put up. Now we're on to the second round. This particular round, I'm going to focus on 2019, but I'm going to sprinkle it in with some more current stuff too. So you never know what you're going to get. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy another edition of Talkin All That Kazz with me, DJ Kazzeo.
That's right, it's 90.9 FM, KHTC, yours truly, Kazzeo, in the building, and I have some special guests joining me on the line, Tribeca, Grand Agent. What's up, fellas?
We good. How you?
I'm all right, man. How's everything out there on the eastern part of the United States?
So far so good, man. We ain't got no complaints. You know, the record is out. It's doing well. People loving it, feeling it, and you know, with the help of folks like yourself, we just doing everything in our power to blow it up. You know what I mean?
Word. Shout out to the DJs supporting that, man. That's love.
Absolutely, man. Long time you guys have been putting music out, putting stuff down, and of course, long time I've been playing it here on the show. Talk to me about how the collaboration came about.
Go ahead, you can take that one, Trap.
Well, the collaboration in general, we had like a real organic thing growing back from like 2004. We was on tour. And you know, the tour kind of proceeded as usual. I was playing beats. Grand Agent took an interest. We ended up doing one record. That record led to another record, and that record led us here. Take a knee.
True. So, I mean, obviously with the title "Take a Knee," are you guys going the political route on this collaboration, or is that just like you just saw the opportunity to kind of, not in a bad way, but capitalize on like a popular topic?
Right.
Yeah. Well, Take a Knee really naturally fit into what we were already mapping out. You know, after our first EP, which was Mega in 2014, we pretty much kept working. I was still on the West Coast, and we was, you know, sending stuff back and forth, but we kind of hit a lull for some reason. I think we both had just life stuff going on. And then I got back on the East. We reconnected, and we just started listening to what we had kind of in the can, and it was sounding real crazy. And we just started mapping out what we're going to, you know, what the first move is going to be. So we really was first capitalizing on a theme, you know, that Tribeca had going for a while, which is kind of the sports anthem, the positive, get you up, motivational type jam. And
already know.
Right. So we thinking about how to present that, and just real casually, you know, the idea was like how we marry sports and hip hop. And I was like, you know, it's almost like some Take a Knee stuff, you know, and from right there, the idea just was born, and really within a day and a half of that conversation, we had the record. So it's like you said, it's partly kind of just a commentary on the current affairs, but it's also naturally where we was headed, and I think who we've been, you know, as just real representatives of the hip hop culture. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add on to that, Tri?
Well, I mean, the history itself from music, how Grand explained it, you know, generally my first record was the ESPN theme to life. So sports, one of my bigger records was Cold World, which was like a basketball ode to like LeBron James and Darius Miles and all these cats that made the jump from high school into the league. So we was already there. We just wanted to marriage it, and the best way to do it, I wouldn't say it's a political thing. We just wanted to keep note why Cap was doing it. So we're more like reporters, pretty much bringing up what he was doing it for. Like if you remember, he was actually, it was a suggestion. He was sitting, and it was suggested that he take a knee by like an Army veteran, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And he started doing that, and it was about police brutality. It wasn't about anything with a flag or anything like that, the way they're making it seem. So we just wanted to bring light back to the origin of why he started taking a knee, and that's how the song was born. You know, we feel it represents what the people feel today, and I guess that's why it's resonating so well.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is I was just going through some old show tapes, and I think it's probably been about 15 years since I've had Try on the show, which is crazy considering how far back you know, you've been putting out music and stuff.
Right.
You know, what do you what's your take on the way the music scene was 15 years ago and the way it is now? I mean, has it changed for the better? Has it changed for the worse? You know, what's your take on that?
I believe in evolution as a whole. You know, I was young once, and I was making music probably I shouldn't have. That, you know, but today's music, comparingly, I feel like the songs don't last as long. Like, I go to my playlist, my old playlist, and I put on a record, and that emotion hits me immediately. And I remember how I felt that day. Versus today, you know, I like it today. The joints be dope, but I don't necessarily want to play it again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel that that's with age. That's just with age and time. But I respect evolution as it is. So I respect what these guys are doing. You know, they're doing what we did back then, trying to feed their family, and they get it. They sure one record, you out of here. So, you know.
Right. What about you, Grant? What do you think about the music scene right now?
Yeah, I really have to echo that. I believe evolution is necessary and healthy as well. You know, I heard it said, I should say, a couple years ago, by Jay-Z, which I thought really summed it up. It's like, is the music what it once was? Not necessarily, but is the industry of it providing jobs and careers and all kinds of stuff people in the beginning of hip-hop could have never imagined? Yeah, so on one hand, you know, we winning. On another hand, I want to say we losing, but I just feel like this moment and this record is just the exact perfect opportunity for everybody to kind of check back in with the real pure intentions of us making this music in the beginning. You know, it was always partying. I mean, it started at block parties, so nobody trying to take that away from it. But I think when this really clicked, where we saw the power of it and we started to feel empowered, was from records like The Message, and then, you know, on to the KRS-Ones, and where we started to see, like, yo, we could change the quality of our life by the quality of our thoughts and the quality of our behavior. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good time now just to recalibrate it, because you got cats like us who's mature, you know, grown men who still know how to play the sport, and then you got the kids. So it really should be a family affair at this point. So, you know, I'm just hoping things like this can open a dialogue between the generations and see, you know, I mean, like I was on an interview last night, we built a house that these kids are living in, so they got to kind of understand this didn't exist. We didn't grow up in the world of hip-hop. You know, we built the world of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all of that got to be aired out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, true that. So talk to me about, I mean, we got the Take a Knee single that I'm going to get into in just a second, but what's the next move beyond that?
Go ahead, you can talk. Try it.
Well, the immediate move for us is obviously taking you. We trying to let that run. We really want people to hear it. Like I was saying before, like music seemingly don't last long. They on to the next one and the next one, and which is fine. That means you cranking out your studio rack. But we want to let this simmer. We want to let this simmer, and people really get it. And the follow-ups, I'm telling you, bro, I'm a modest dude, but we got some joints. We got some joints that cats are gonna be like, really, like. And it's probably going to be unexpected because, you know, a lot of times with history and, again, 15, 20 years doing it, sometimes people feel like, you still rapping or whatever. But I believe me and Grand Agent, that's why we met so well, because the quality kept on coming. So as we was making records, we was getting excited. Like, we really got to do something. And we in the mixing and mastering stages of Sport of the Gods. That's the name of the album. And, you know, hip hop is sport. We playing it, whether, you know, the break dancing, the MCing, it was always a competition thing, even between friends. So that's where we at. We got a solid album. We gonna come with another single after another single, and we just gonna try to kill them for the years that they missed.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, and I second all that. I ain't got nothing to add on to that.
No doubt, no doubt. So let me ask you guys this, and this is a question for both of you. What aspect of your guys' ability attracted you guys to working with each other? Like Grand Agent, what did you see in Tribeca that made you say, oh, I want to work with him, and vice versa?
Well, for me, excuse me, Tribeca for me represents the real New York, authentic New York essence of just hip hop. I mean, and I don't want to just say hip hop, of rap music specifically. You know, like even like down to the drum programming. Like, it's a real specific feel there. It's a real specific swing, and it's a real specific approach that I think gives what I bring to it a level of I guess credibility, for lack of a better word. You know, because for me, I always been coming out of left field. Like, I'm from Philly. I did my first album in L.A. People never really, I mean, even though I shouted out, a lot of people thought I was from a lot of different places because I've been just all over the place, you know. So, you know, it kind of grounds me in that that solid boom bap kind of New York state of mind hip hop, which is a definite bonus for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the attraction. And just as like also, I think I come from a more abstract, little bit, maybe more out of space type of place, and then Tribeca kind of balanced that out with just a more down to earth, like things being said a lot more directly. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think you can hear that because as you listen through the album, you'll hear like the choruses I came up with versus the ones he came up with, and it just gives it a nice balance. So it's a little bit on the ground, it's a little bit in the air, and then it kind of meet right in the middle, real nicely.
Right in the middle.
You know what I'm saying?
Equate a line.
Yeah, no doubt.
But to second that, so I didn't really know about Grand Agent, honestly, when I hit the tour. Now, to set the scene, so we got Camp Lo, we got Tajay from Soldier Mischief, a bunch of other cats. I'm with Lo, so my set was like I would come out with them and they'll let me rock. So not knowing, you know, we watching the show. We trying to see what everybody got, trying to see how they setting lineups up, and I was flabbergasted. He had people singing the songs, and this happens often where, you know, we're not knowledgeable of the artists that are out there that's, you know, representing the culture, and then we're blown away once we see them. And I was there. I was always a fan. Lyricism, you know, he plays the game at a very high level. You know, it's and where I try to step in and counter, it wouldn't even be competitively. I'm talking about just trying to come in and match what he's doing on the record. So that's how we formed everything. I would send the beat. He would probably send it back with a hook and the concept of the record. Then I'll jump on it, and then we'll talk from there whether something ought to come out, something ought to be added. And vice versa. I'll send them a joint with a hook or a verse and be like, yo, you trying to rock to this? And naturally, it all worked. There's not many records I could think of, Grand, right, that we did and was like, nah.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I'm saying? It kind of was a natural thing. So I was always into what he had to say lyrically, and I know he was coming with it. So it was just, I feel like it's kind of one of those universe things where everything is just happening correctly,
right, and
the natural progression is to make something happen as a group, and that's why we're here. So I bet it's Grand.
No doubt.
Well, that's what's up right there. So one last question before I let you guys go and we get into Take a Knee, and I gotta have to try this because I know you're big in the sports. What's going on with the Giants, man?
Oh, man, you just killed me. You just shot me 7 times in the stomach, man. Yo, the Giants, they're going to blow up that. They got to blow up the team. There's nothing else to do. Eli, thank you for the 2 championships. McAdoo, you just got to go, bro. You got to go. It's, New York, we're win now. We're not trying to build no team. We're trying to win now. And the way they look like we're getting a first-round draft pick.
Well, I think right now it's between you and the 49ers.
But I'm telling you, so I have another business where I sell these badge reels for, like, your ID cards, and the Giants is highly popular. Everybody that bought it is not wearing it anymore. It's a crazy thing, man. The Giants are just, they're bad. They're very bad. Unexpectedly, too. I thought we would have a shot, but no, sir.
Well, I heard one of the commentators saying last night that it's like the Giants just, like, they gave up and they just quit on McAdoo. Do you think that's the case, or do you think McAdoo just can't coach?
But he didn't do too bad last year, and under the circumstances. Like, I think he was just shocked. Just even, they relied a lot on Beckham Jr. You know what I'm saying? So once he got hurt in the off season, and the preseason rather, it was like, all right, we need somebody to step up. No one stepped up, and here we go. Then he ended up breaking. I think he broke his ankle. Yeah, his coaching ability, I don't think come into play. It might be a situation. I never like to hear people giving up because you getting paid to put on a show. So I would like to think that they didn't give up, but the games are lackluster. Like, even the game this past Sunday, they started out well, and then the Rams just, I don't even know what happened there. That was bad.
It's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. All right, before I let you go, you guys give out your social media contacts so people can, follow and catch up with you guys.
No doubt. So you could get us on all platforms at Sport of the Gods. Sport of the Gods. That's our whole theme. And you could go also to takeakneesong.com. Some more info there. And for those who don't know and need to get caught up to date, just go get our histories at grandagent.net and tribecaworld.com. So that's everything you need to know. But for the most important is Sport of the Gods, IG and Twitter and SoundCloud. So just follow us, man. We're making moves. Follow us for sure, because it's growing, it's expanding. We're getting a lot of love, and this is the moment right here. You know what I mean? This is it.
Right now.
Right on, right on. All right, well, let's get into it. Take a knee. This is Grand Agent and Tribeca, and, thanks, guys, for taking the time to call in this week. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, thanks for having us, man.
Peace.